Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple but powerful question. If everything in life were free, would it still have value? Imagine a world where success costs nothing, dreams require no effort, and rewards come without struggle. Sounds attractive, right? But here is the truth: such a world would destroy the meaning of growth, discipline, and success. Today, I invite you to stay with me until the very end of this speech, because this story is not just about English learning. It is about life, about choices, and about a lesson many people learn too late. Nothing is free. The first keynote, value of effort, is one of the most important truths of life. Effort is what gives meaning to every achievement we admire. When we look at successful people, we often see only the result, the success, the confidence, the respect, but we rarely see the long hours of hard work, the failures, the discipline, and the sacrifices behind it. Effort is the invisible price paid before success becomes visible. Without effort, achievements lose their worth, because value is created through struggle, persistence, and dedication. In life, anything that comes too easily is often taken for granted. When we do not work for something, we fail to respect it. For example, a student who studies every day, practices regularly, and overcomes difficulties will value their education far more than someone who receives good results without trying. Effort builds appreciation. It teaches patience, responsibility, and self-respect. The process of working hard shapes our character more than the reward itself. Effort also prepares us for challenges. Life is unpredictable, and difficulties are unavoidable. When we put in effort, we train our mind to stay strong during tough times. Each challenge we face while working toward a goal makes us more resilient. We learn how to manage failure, how to improve ourselves, and how to keep going even when progress is slow. Without effort, we remain weak and unprepared for real-life struggles. Another powerful truth about effort is that it creates confidence. Confidence does not come from luck or shortcuts. It comes from knowing that we have earned our success. When we work hard, we trust our abilities because we have tested them. Effort gives us proof that we can overcome obstacles. This confidence stays with us and helps us face future challenges without fear. Effort also teaches fairness. Life rewards those who are willing to give something in return. When we accept that effort is necessary, we stop expecting easy success and start taking responsibility for our actions. We understand that results are connected to the work we put in. This mindset helps us grow, improve, and move forward with honesty and discipline. In the end, effort is not a burden, it is a gift. It turns ordinary actions into meaningful achievements and simple goals into powerful victories. The value of effort reminds us that nothing worthwhile comes without dedication, and that the journey of working hard is what truly shapes who we become. The second keynote, hidden costs, reminds us that many things in life appear free on the surface but carry unseen prices beneath them. People are often attracted to offers that promise easy rewards, quick success, or instant comfort, without realizing that every choice demands something in return. These hidden costs are not always money. They are often time, energy, peace of mind, or personal values. When we fail to recognize these costs, we may pay a much higher price later. For example, choosing comfort over effort may seem harmless at first. Avoiding hard work, discipline, or learning feels easy and enjoyable in the moment. However, the hidden cost is lost growth. Over time, this choice leads to missed opportunities, regret, and a lack of confidence. What once seemed free slowly turns into a heavy burden. Similarly, shortcuts to success often cost integrity and self-respect. While they may offer fast results, they take away the satisfaction of earning success honestly. Hidden costs also exist in daily habits. Spending too much time on entertainment, social media, or distractions feels free because it requires no effort. Yet, the cost is focus, productivity, and valuable time that can never be recovered. Time is one of the most expensive resources in life, and when wasted unknowingly, it silently steals our future potential. By the time we realize this cost, the damage may already be done. In relationships and personal growth, hidden costs are equally powerful. Staying silent to avoid conflict may seem like peace, but the cost is often emotional stress and unresolved problems. Avoiding responsibility may feel like freedom, but the cost is dependence and weakness. Every choice carries a consequence, whether immediate or delayed. Life always keeps balance, even when we pretend the price does not exist. Understanding hidden costs helps us make wiser decisions. It teaches us to look beyond about l'outcome. When we pause to ask, what will this cost me later? We gain control over our future. Awareness protects us from regret and helps us invest our energy where it truly matters. In the end, nothing is truly free. Every comfort has a cost, every reward has a price, and every decision shapes our life. Recognizing hidden costs is not about fear, it is about wisdom. When we understand the real price of our choices, we learn to choose growth over comfort, effort over ease, and long-term success over temporary pleasure. The third keynote, Life Lesson Through Story, shows how simple stories can carry deep and lasting meaning. Stories have a unique power to teach lessons in a way that facts and instructions often cannot. When we listen to a story, we do not feel like we are being taught. Instead, we feel connected. We see ourselves in the characters, we understand their struggles, and we learn from their choices. This emotional connection makes the lesson stronger and easier to remember. From childhood to adulthood, stories shape our understanding of life. A short story about effort, failure, or responsibility can stay in our minds for years, guiding our decisions long after we forget advice or rules. This is because stories speak to both the heart and the mind. They turn abstract ideas, like hard work or sacrifice, into real experiences that feel personal and relatable. Stories also simplify complex truths. Life is complicated, and lessons about success, discipline, and consequences can feel overwhelming when explained directly. A story breaks these ideas into human experiences that are easy to understand. When we hear about a character who chooses an easy path and faces regret, we clearly see the consequences without being told what to do. The lesson becomes natural, not forced. Another powerful aspect of learning through story is that it crosses boundaries. Language, age, and culture do not limit a good story. A simple story can teach the same lesson to a child, a student, or an adult. This makes storytelling especially effective in learning English, where understanding meaning is more important than memorizing rules. Through stories, listeners improve language skills while absorbing valuable life lessons at the same time. Stories also inspire reflection. They encourage us to pause and think about our own lives. When we hear a story, we ask ourselves questions. What would I do in that situation? Have I made similar mistakes? What can I change? This self-reflection is where real learning begins. The story becomes a mirror, showing us our strengths, weaknesses, and possibilities for growth. Most importantly, stories make lessons memorable. Long after the speech ends, the story remains. It quietly influences our thoughts, decisions, and actions. This is why stories are one of the most powerful tools for teaching life lessons. They do not lecture, they guide. They do not force change. They inspire it. In the end, learning through story is not just about understanding words or events. It is about understanding life itself. A simple story can deliver a powerful truth. Nothing is free, every choice matters, and growth always comes with effort. The fourth keynote, reality check, reminds us of an important truth that many people prefer to ignore. Life does not operate on wishes or comfort, but on effort and responsibility. From a young age, people are often attracted to the idea of easy success, overnight fame, or instant rewards. Social media, as stories of sudden success, create the illusion that greatness can be achieved without struggle. A reality check forces us to see beyond this illusion and accept how life truly works. In real life, progress is slow, and success is built step by step. Every meaningful achievement requires time, consistency, and patience. There are no shortcuts that last forever. Even when success appears sudden, it is usually the result of years of unseen effort. A reality check teaches us that struggle is not a sign of failure. It is a natural part of growth. When we understand this, we stop feeling disappointed by difficulties and start viewing them as preparation. This truth can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Many people give up because their expectations do not match reality. They expect quick results and become frustrated when progress is slow. A reality check helps reset these expectations. It reminds us that feeling tired, confused, or challenged does not mean we are on the wrong path. It means we are learning, improving, and moving forward. A reality check also encourages accountability. Instead of blaming luck, circumstances, or others, we begin to take responsibility for our actions. We realize that, if we want better results, we must be willing to improve our habits and mindset. This shift is powerful because it puts control back into our hands. We may not control every situation, but we always control our effort and attitude. Accepting reality does not mean giving up dreams. It means building them on a strong foundation. Dreams without effort remain fantasies, but dreams supported by action become achievable goals. When we face reality honestly, we make smarter decisions and avoid unnecessary disappointment. We learn to value progress over perfection and effort over excuses. In the end, a reality check is not meant to discourage us. It is meant to wake us up. It helps us understand that life rewards consistency, patience, and hard work. When we accept this truth, we stop searching for easy paths and start walking the real one. That path may be difficult, but it is the only path that leads to lasting success, growth, and self-respect. The fifth keynote, personal responsibility, highlights the idea that our lives are shaped more by our choices than by our circumstances. Many people wait for opportunities, support, or luck to change their situation, believing that success depends on external factors. However, personal responsibility teaches us that real progress begins when we stop waiting and start acting. When we accept responsibility for our actions, habits, and decisions, we take control of our future. Taking personal responsibility means understanding that every choice has consequences. Whether we choose to work hard or remain idle, to learn or to ignore growth, the outcome reflects those decisions. It is easy to blame others, situations, or bad luck when things go wrong, but blame does not lead to improvement. Responsibility does. It forces us to look honestly at ourselves and ask what we can do better. This awareness is the foundation of personal growth. Personal responsibility also builds discipline. When we stop depending on excuses, we begin to rely on effort. We understand that no one else can study for us, improve our skills, or chase our goals on our behalf. This realization can feel heavy at first, but it is actually empowering. It reminds us that success is not controlled by chance, but by consistent action. Even small, daily efforts can create powerful results over time. Another important aspect of personal responsibility is maturity. It teaches us to accept both success and failure with honesty. When we succeed, we appreciate our effort without arrogance. When we fail, we learn without self-pity. This balanced mindset helps us grow stronger and wiser. Instead of fearing failure, we see it as feedback and an opportunity to improve. Personal responsibility also improves relationships and trust. People who take responsibility for their actions earn respect because they are reliable and honest. They do not avoid accountability or shift blame. This quality builds strong character and opens doors to leadership and opportunity. Others feel confident depending on someone who owns their mistakes and works to correct them. In life, nothing meaningful comes without responsibility. Freedom itself requires discipline, and success demands commitment. When we embrace personal responsibility, we stop searching for shortcuts and start building real progress. We understand that while life may not be fair, our response to it defines who we become. Accepting responsibility is not a burden, it is the key to growth, self-respect, and lasting success. The sixth keynote, Learning Through Experience, emphasizes that true understanding does not come from words alone, but from living through situations. Advice, lessons, and instructions can guide us, but experience is what makes knowledge real. When we make mistake and overcome difficulty, the lesson becomes wrote in our minds. These experiences shape our thinking, behavior, and decisions in a way that no explanation ever can. Experience is often a tough teacher. It tests our patience, confidence, and determination. Many lessons in life are learned only after failure or disappointment. While these moments can be painful, they are also powerful. Failure shows us our weaknesses, pushes us to improve, and helps us understand what does not work. Without experiencing failure, success would feel shallow and incomplete. Through experience, we gain wisdom that stays with us for life. Learning through experience also builds independence. When we go through challenges ourselves, we stop relying too much on others for answers. We learn to think critically, solve problems, and trust our judgment. This independence strengthens our character and prepares us for future challenges. Experience teaches us how to adapt, adjust, and move forward, even when the situation is uncertain. Another important benefit of experience is emotional growth. Reading about patience or resilience is very different from practicing them during difficult times. Experience helps us manage emotions such as fear, frustration, and disappointment. Over time, we become calmer and more confident in handling stress. This emotional strength is essential for personal and professional success. Experience also makes learning meaningful, and memorable. When we personally go through a situation, the lesson stays with us longer. For example, someone who struggles to learn a new skill will remember the process, the effort, and the improvement far more than someone who never faced difficulty. These memories guide future decisions and prevent us from repeating the same mistakes. Most importantly, learning through experience teaches humility. It reminds us that growth is a journey, not an instant result. We understand that everyone struggles, learns, and improves at their own pace. This understanding helps us respect others and remain patient with ourselves. In life, books can guide us and teachers can inspire us, but experience completes the lesson. It transforms knowledge into wisdom and effort into growth. Through experience, we truly understand that nothing is free and every valuable lesson is earned through living, trying, failing, and learning. The seventh keynote, Motivation to Grow, focuses on how struggles and challenges push us toward personal development. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens when we are tested, challenged, and required to move beyond what feels easy. Many people avoid difficulties because they feel uncomfortable or discouraging, but these very moments are what shape our strength, skills, and mindset. Without challenges, there is no reason to improve. Struggle forces us to discover our potential. When life becomes difficult, we learn what we are capable of handling. Each obstacle demands effort, patience, and problem-solving, and in that process, we grow stronger. What once seemed impossible slowly becomes manageable. This change does not happen suddenly, but step by step. Growth is often silent, noticed only when we look back and realize how far we have come. Challenges also give us direction. When something is easy, we rarely question ourselves or aim higher. Difficulty pushes us to reflect, to adjust our approach, and to set better goals. It shows us where we need improvement and motivates us to work on our weaknesses. Without struggle, we would remain unaware of our true potential and limitations. Motivation to grow also comes from learning to overcome failure. Failure can be discouraging, but it carries valuable lessons. It teaches us resilience and persistence. When we fail and choose to continue, instead of quitting, we develop mental strength. Each failure becomes proof that we can survive setbacks and keep moving forward. This mindset builds long-term motivation and confidence. Another important aspect of growth is patience. Struggles teach us that progress takes time. Growth is not instant, and improvement is not always visible right away. When we learn to stay committed during slow progress, we develop discipline. This discipline becomes a powerful tool that helps us succeed in many areas of life, not just one. Struggle also gives meaning to success. Achievements feel more valuable when they are earned through effort. The satisfaction of overcoming difficulty creates pride and self-respect. This feeling becomes motivation for future growth. Once we experience the reward of effort, we are more willing to face new challenges. In the end, struggle is not an enemy, it is a guide. It pushes us to grow, improve, and become stronger versions of ourselves. When we understand this, we stop fearing challenges and start using them as motivation. Growth may be difficult, but it is always worth the effort. The eighth keynote, Universal Truth, reflects the idea that the message "nothing is free" applies to everyone, regardless of age, background, culture, or situation. Life may look different for each person, but the rules that govern growth, success, and achievement remain the same. Whether someone is rich or poor, young or old, educated or still learning, effort is the common requirement. This truth connects all human experiences and reminds us that no one is exempt from the need to work, learn, and grow. Across the world, people achieve success through dedication and persistence. The language may change, the environment may differ, and opportunities may not be equal, but effort is always present behind every achievement. A farmer works the land before the harvest, a student studies before success, and an artist practices before mastery. These examples exist in every society and every era. This shows that the principle of effort is not limited to one place or time, it is universal. This truth also teaches fairness in life. While circumstances may not be equal, results are always connected to action. People who consistently work toward their goals increase their chances of success, while those who avoid effort often remain stuck. This does not mean life is easy or always fair, but it means effort gives everyone a path forward. It offers hope and responsibility at the same time. The universal truth that nothing is free also encourages humility. When we recognize that everyone struggles, we become more understanding and respectful of others. We realize that success is not magic or luck alone, it is built on unseen effort. This understanding reduces jealousy and increases appreciation for hard work, both our own and others. Another powerful aspect of this truth is its timeless nature. Generations change, technology advances, and lifestyles evolve, but the need for effort remains constant. Shortcuts may appear, but lasting success still requires discipline and patience. This lesson has guided people in the past and will continue to guide future generations. In the end, the idea that nothing is free is not meant to discourage us, it is meant to unite us. It reminds us that effort is a shared experience and growth is a shared journey. No matter who we are or where we come from, we all must pay the price of effort to earn meaningful success.